Okay, can you hear me, Lena?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, welcome everyone. I wanted to thank you for taking time out of your day to join us and learn more about the 2021 Access Challenge. We are so pleased to have Dr. Lena Tran from San Jose City College and Mr. Baldemar Hernandez from Joyson Safety System, but we'll give you an honorary doctorate today, Baldemar, joining us along with myself. I'm Deb Volzer. Unfortunately, Dr. Tim Wilson from Bellwether had an emergency this morning, so he's unable to join us. So I get the pleasure of kicking us off. So Tim wanted me to remind you that as the consortium of innovative colleges, the Bellwether College Consortium researches and replicates the best solutions to issues facing our colleges and brings together partners with similar values and a willingness to solve these issues. And that's why we are so excited about teaming up with 180 Skills to provide high quality, engaging content at an incredible price to get people jobs in the shortest amount of time and providing them a living wage. And in addition, we are excited to have the support of our colleges such as San Jose Community College, who realize the need to work together to better serve our students and industry members. So the Bellwether College Consortium wants to serve as a research support network. And as we build this out, especially since the workforce research we have engaged in so far illustrates to us that we need more mastery-based training that expedites learning but ensures the learning of skills aligned with employers' immediate and future needs. So we're fortunate enough to know 180 Skills and are thrilled to bring to you today, I think, an opportunity to solve your industry needs in your community and have focus for this initial round, and we focus this initial round on the modern manufacturing in automotive, commercial, and the aerospace industries. So before I jump into this, I think there are 3 facts that you probably know, but I think are really meaningful for our discussion today. And over the next decade, it's anticipated that 3.5 million manufacturing jobs will be needed. And there is a prediction by Deloitte and the Manufacturing Institute that 2 million of those positions will go unfilled due to the skills gap. And also in 2017, the average manufacturing worker in the United States earned almost $85,000, and non-farm industry manufacturers earned almost $67,000 annually, and that includes both pay and benefits. And this was according to the Bureau of Economic Analysis and the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And I think very interesting, and something I didn't know, is that the Bureau states that there are currently 12.75 million manufacturers working in the United States, and that accounts for almost 9% of our entire workforce. So that's why we have decided to focus on modern manufacturing to begin with. So So what we know from this data is that there are jobs there, and they're going to be good paying jobs to pay a living wage, and to assure our economic survival, we, along with you, our Bellwether partners, hope to ensure we do our part to provide access to skills training anywhere, anytime, for anyone that needs it. And we think it is sad to see capable people missing out on great careers because of this access gap. I'm not sure if you're aware of another statistic, I sure was not, but several social venture groups conducted research study and found that there are 76 million people who are working but living below the poverty level. Over half of these individuals graduated from high school, and 1/3 of them have a high school diploma but are now strapped with a bag of debt. And what they don't have is access to training that would allow them to enter middle skills jobs that will forever change their lives and the lives of generations to come. And I'm sure you have heard that there are now more jobs than there are people, but I believe what we're missing is that there are people out there but they don't have the time or the financial means nor access to skills training to get them into great jobs and careers. And this is where, don't take this from me, I want to introduce you to Baldemar, who is in the thick of the skills gap. And Baldemar, I know you are taking away precious time to join us today. I want to turn it over to you and allow you to explain to our group, what the reach of Joyson, what Joyson does, your struggles with training, attrition, and really finding a skilled workforce. So take it away.
Thanks, Deb. First of all, I appreciate you having me on the webinar. It's an honor. But first of all, my name is Valdemar Hernandez. I'm the HR manager at Joyson Safety Systems at the San Antonio stamping plant. A little bit about Joyson Safety Systems. We're about a 63,000 employee company. We focus on automotive safety, from airbags, seat belts, to steering wheels, pretty much anything that's automotive safety related. We pretty much do. We're a global company, but my main focus is in San Antonio in the metal stamping facility. And I've been on the job for about 4 years now, and our biggest struggle is finding the skilled labor pool. Since I've gotten here, the majority of our recruiting has been outside of the state. We have to recruit folks from Michigan, Florida, California. We spend a lot of time, energy, and resources recruiting folks that are not in San Antonio. San Antonio is a big manufacturing city, but the skills gap is enormous. We've actually had to work with our community college here to work with our machine maintenance skill gap. But to get a skilled maintenance tech through a program that we have with the college, it takes 2 years. So that's a long-term solution. So we're looking at different ways to shorten that gap to get skilled, a better skilled workforce in the area. And at a different company that I used to work for, oil and gas, we did something similar where we combined with the University of Texas and created a entry-level training program that was web-based, and it allowed a new employee to understand what a drilling rig was like and how it functioned. So our turnover actually went from about 50 to 60% when I started with them to about 25% after the first year of implementation of the new to industry program. So I seen how a program like Skills 180 works in a different field. So that's kind of the struggle that I've gone through, and something that I've seen something similar work. And that's pretty much it, unless anyone has any questions. And Deb, I don't know if you have any other follow-up questions for me. But our skills gap is our biggest struggle, and finding folks to come on board that understand manufacturing.
No, I think you so concisely articulated the issues that big companies, small companies are having. There's a real need, and we need to expedite the access to skills training so we can get people filling those positions so that the industries themselves can continue to grow. So I thank you so much for joining us this morning. And if we have follow-up questions, please send them to me. I can shoot them off to Valdemar, and if you have specific questions, then we can get those back to you. So thank you, Valdemar.
Thanks, Ed.
So this is where the colleges come in. As Valdemar said, we've got to shorten this time frame to get them the qualified and skilled employees that they need. And we want you to be able to do what you do best, which is reach more learners and teach them the skills necessary to fill jobs, at places like Joyson. So we are confident that if you had access to a robust, competency-based skills system, you could significantly impact your communities, and in collaboration together, we could significantly impact the nation's skills gap. So we want to invite you to become a partner of our Access Challenge. here's how we think you can leverage the library. You could use this for your academic programs as supplemental material, ensure that every student is skilled and ready for the workforce. You can offer it to your workforce programs. You can organize those skills with regional occupation training needs, offer it directly to your local businesses, and align with laser focus to their job descriptions for both pre and post-hire training. You can also deliver it to your high schools for those students who aren't quite ready for college, or college is not an option for them. Wouldn't it be great for them to have an introduction to you that they know that when they're ready, they can come back because you provided them the training that they needed to get a great job going out of there. So our goal is to give every student the ability to be job ready, to help our non-traditional learners access skills training so that they can move into great middle skills jobs, deliver training solutions that really impact the employers in your community, and it's like I said, provide those K-12 pathways. So we are looking, so how do we make this happen? We're looking for a minimum of 20 schools willing to commit to a 2-year partnership, be able to invest $36,000 and commit by December 14th. And our goal is that we are going to put 84,000 people to work by 2021 and impact our U.S. economy by $3.36 billion. And we're going to provide that research base behind that in partnership with the Bellwether College Consortium. So what will you have access to for this? 2,000 users a month, for which you can dole those out within your college, out to your employers, to the K-12, to your adult learning centers. And within that, we have that robust library of 700 competency-based skills courses. 150 of that 700, 150 of those are baseline skills and 500 are technical skills. So what we're thinking, for an investment of $36K, you will be able to provide access to training for $1.50 per month for someone to access the training that they need that could impact their life. And for less than $20, even if that student or learner needed access for the entire year, for less than $20, they could have access to that library of 700. So I am beyond thrilled to introduce to you Dr. Lena Tran and allow her to tell you how she's planning to leverage these assets and where she thinks this challenge could take us in the future as we continue to build this out. So Lena, I'll turn it over to you.
Great, thanks so much, Deb. Good afternoon, everyone. As a administrator looking at the challenge of putting our student back to work, I always share that, how do I get my student in the gateway so when there's opportunity, they get hired right away? And you know, within the school system, every time we get a curriculum approved or we get even a system to be launched, it takes forever. So when I saw 180, I was thrilled. And when Tim told me about Bellwether, because truly now when you look at this platform, as an administrator, and I used to taught, we can offer our student where they can take it for credit or non-credit. And when they're ready, they're taking for credit. But the things I love about it is within 6 months, they can be done. But more importantly, our students are fast moving folks, right? They're busy. They're constantly on their iPhone, iPad. And I was thinking, when I have 2 young boys, I can give them swimming lesson. I'm sitting there and I can wait 15 minutes because it's like interval 30 minutes. But with this platform, I can log on to 180, do a quick simulation, do a quick run through quiz. And within that 15 minutes, I'm able to gain a skill, whereas I might not have time later on. So I think what's unique about this platform is that it's interactive, but also it allows you to learn when you are ready and when it's most applicable to you. Now, on the side of the faculty, what I really was thrilled yesterday, actually we got an email from one of my faculty who runs the dental assistant. So you're like, why is dental assistant really relate to modern manufacturing? But within 180, again, not just the skill itself, but we call the soft skill, there are modules on safety. And our faculty say, I can't put that in the classroom. That also involve, because dental assistant, they have to learn a lot of procedure And she's using it as a supplement where the student, she can talk about it, the student go home, log into the system, and then get to learn the material again. And this is really important because at our college, we have a lot of bilingual English and Spanish speaking. So, you know, in the classroom, a faculty can go fast, or they might not be able to catch up but feel afraid, they don't want to share. So I look at this as a really way to gain our student the confidence, even if you have the curriculum already. And it's just extra that our student can get. What I really love about Baltimore is truly, as we build this out, the vision is, if you can imagine a student log on and say, you know, I want to be, I don't know what robotics does. So we're going to build out a simulation that say, hey, this is the robotic industry. If you play around through games, very interactive, this is what it looks like, or machinery. So you decided, yes, I want to be in machinery, I want to stay. Then 180 will provide you that content, the lesson, whether you want to take it for credit or non-credit, and you achieve that credential, right? Because it is vetted by employer, it's a skill that they need. So when you finish that, then you're like, great, I'm ready. How does the world know that I have gained the skill that I can assemble what I learned from 180? And this is where we have a platform where students can actually log on their skill and credentials. At the same time, employers can also put on what they're looking for in terms of user or employees that they want to hire, and the platform will match the two. So truly, I always use this example. I'm a Honda technician, and I got my training in Silicon Valley on hybrid electric, and I decided that there's a greater opportunity. I moved to Ohio. So when I get to Honda in Ohio, the system can pull me up and know exactly what I accomplished at San Jose City College, and now I'm at Ohio and at that plant. So now you don't have to wait to do a reference, but all the platform will verify that. And I think that is the unique part. And 180 also come back with the soft skill, like conflict communication, presentation. So as we build out this initiative, I think the college will gain a lot because we're truly going to be able to offer a turnkey solution for our students that they can carry with them, not when they're done. And that's what we're hoping to do. But we're really excited, and we think it's a great service that 180 provide, and we look forward to working with the consortium Bellwether.
Well, thank you, Lena. And one thing Lena did bring up that I will reiterate is that 180 is a content development company, as well as has this content available for use. So as we continue to build this out, we can expand to all different industry sectors. So again, we do have the whole purpose of this is to talk about this skills access challenge, and participants need to commit by December 14th to be part of this. But let's really talk. Lena did a great job of telling you about the value and benefit of 180, but I thought I might give you just a little bit of history. So who is 180 Skills? 180 Skills creates and delivers skills training for the modern manufacturing for the world's premier aerospace, commercial, and automotive manufacturers. And I just want to take a couple of minutes to tell you why 180 exists, because I think this is really important and speaks to the passion of this company. So our founder, Joe Kitterman, he's probably one of the most humble men with the biggest hearts I've ever had the opportunity to meet. And for nearly 25 years, he ran manufacturing sites for General Motors across the country. And, you know, he worked in urban and rural locations, and he had the fortune to work with a lot of what he calls equally big-hearted, hardworking individuals that he promised to improve their lives by upskilling them so that they could earn more money and move up within the organization when they were ready. The problem was there was no time, nor was there easy access to quality skills training. So Joe either had to do what they're still doing today, pull people off the floor for on-the-job training, and he hopes that learning would take place between the two individuals, or he would have to coordinate schedules to bring in the classroom training, which was extremely expensive, and at the end of the day, not everyone got it. And I really mean that in two ways. It was too expensive for everyone to attend who might have needed the training, And the second part of that is that even if they were able to attend that training, not everyone left with mastery of the material. So as he kept feeling like he was letting these people down over and over and over again, he quit his very lucrative job and set out on a mission to create online competency-based learning opportunities for those people who are often the most marginalized, but if given the opportunity to learn at their own pace in a very engaging and applied manner, can exceed expectations. And I think Joe has proven just that, and I think what I'm about to share with you will substantiate my claim to that. So 180 has amassed the world's largest career and technical skills library, consisting of over 700 courses, and of that, there are 34 competency areas. Of those 700, as Lena was saying, 550 of those focus on the technical skills in 21 categories, and 150 baseline skills in 9 categories. And let me be clear, we define baseline as more than soft skills. So we know soft skills are those personal attributes you need to succeed in the workforce, such as communication, critical skills, leadership, team building, etc. You know these probably better than I do. But what we hear from employers is that there are some baseline skills that are equally as important. And those are things like basic math, which we cover from foundational arithmetic, meaning addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, including fractions and decimals, up through transformational geometry, to our Ramsey-based personal finance. So meaning, what do I do with my first paycheck? What does all of this mean on my paycheck? All the way through retirement planning. There's career building, and this goes way beyond what most people provide. It's how do I even start to look for a job? What tools do I use? All the way through how do I keep the job once I've got the job? And that includes resume writing and interview skills that reside somewhere in the middle of that curriculum. And I'm not sure if you saw that the study that was conducted a couple of years ago by Burning Glass, but their findings suggested that 1 in 4 skills in manufacturing alone were baseline skills. So in other occupations, they were as high as 8 out of 10. So to deliver training as an eligible training provider within the state of Indiana, where the company was founded and resides, we secured a standing as an accredited and career occupation school. However, we don't enroll students directly. I wanted to bring this to your attention because I believe this is evidence that our content has been rigorously reviewed and vetted, not only by industry, but by the academy. And not surprisingly, we have maintained over a 90% completion rate for 9 years running. And that is 90% completion and 90% in placement. And for this, we're quite proud. And it is precisely for this reason that we're excited to partner with Tim and the Bellwether Schools, who are seen as the most innovative in the sector. And for that, you should be proud. So as I pointed out earlier, there are those 76 million people who are making less than the poverty line who would love to move into middle skills jobs, but they don't have the ability to attend the traditional access points, whether due to financial or time-based constraints. And these individuals, the non-completer, the low-skilled, and even the incumbent workers, are looking for ways to improve their lives, and we believe Bellwether Schools are best equipped to be the forward-thinking innovators who can fill great jobs, making anywhere from $45,000 to $70,000, $80,000 a year, and solve your community's skills gap. We know that because the Skills System Library has proven it for 9 years, as I said, that competency-based, short-term, self-paced, industry-aligned, engaging content works. When we say competency, we stand behind that. Every course requires 100% competency on the assessment. In manufacturing, our CEO would say 80% is simply not okay. That missing 20% could get someone hurt, it could cause a quality issue, or it could break a very valuable and often very expensive piece of equipment. 180 has proven that giving students the time they need to understand the concepts and topics taught in an engaging manner results in an over 90% completion and placement rate. I also mentioned that it was industry aligned. 180 Skills is skilled at creating the great content, and it takes very complicated topics and breaks them down into consumable and understandable activities. But we're not the subject matter experts. Every course has been created with an industry partner, as you can see on this slide. And this isn't all of them, but these are some of our most notable. Every course was built side by side with the engineers and experts who do these jobs every day. And further, we have always included an academic partner to ensure our curriculum was not only rigorous, but credit worthy. So let's talk about the components of the course. Each course is equipped with a study guide that facilitates learning and orients the student to the topic at hand, engaging content. So get this, we don't use PowerPoint, we don't use video, we don't use passive reading. We use simulated experiences and what our CEO calls full-on Disney Pixar engagement. Every word on the page is narrated, and every narrated word is on the page. And although we have not conducted research, we've been provided multiple anecdotal evidence that strongly suggests the narration has proved the language skills for our ESL learners and our marginalized learners. Our assessments are equipped, as I said, they require 100% success, and we have a deep pool from which questions are pulled, and the order of answers are randomized, allowing for a student to take the exam as many times as is necessary with a near impossible chance of getting the same exam twice. And finally, our hands-on instruction, which I think is the most important, it provides the instructor or employer a means for the learner to be able to demonstrate their mastery. I'm going to show you a few slides just to give you a little bit more. Hopefully you've had a chance to go in and go through some of our courses, or at least see the demo of them. If you don't have that link, let me know and I can resend it. But our content replicates the tools and the environment in which the learner will work. Our content also walks through form, fit, and function, very different than most skills training programs. We never teach a task or memorization of an order of buttons to push before the student fully understands the tool, all of its parts, how and why the tool is used, and then we introduce them to the task. And frankly, we make it fun. Learning should be fun and rewarding. And if you, like I said, if you haven't taken a peek at our courses, let me know and I can resend that link. My favorite, if you haven't seen it, is our conflict management course with cavemen whacking each other with clubs. And sometimes in real life, if we could still do that, that would be awesome. And I hope you are laughing now. So what we believe at the end of this, it is not about time in the classroom, but the time needed to get to fully engage, time to digest the content, time to test what you know and what you're still missing. And finally, at the end of that, students are able to demonstrate mastery. So this is the study guide, and I just want to go through every piece of the tool is identified, and we make sure that the students understand that this can be used for the course itself and also for the credential exams following. We are industry-based credential aligned, so if it's NIMS or MSSC or others, our content has been aligned. We do have those crosswalks. All of our content as well has been made credit worthy, and we can give you a complete assessment of that and what schools that we've worked with and how they have been using it. Our hands-on work instruction, this is what I think is really unique. As all of ours are web-based simulations, they can work through a project that they then come to the training center and they are ready to meet the instructor. They've gone through it virtually, they're ready to go right to work. You don't have to spend any time going back over any lectures. The student is ready to meet you or meet the employer. And we say, here's what they learned, here's the module objectives, and here are activities. Ask them these questions and ask them to do these tasks, and they can demonstrate that they have mastered. And in fact, upon completion of a course or a learning path, we provide the student with a certificate that says, congratulations, you've passed that. On the back of that, it actually gives them all of the courses, the names, descriptions of the courses, and every skill that was earned within those courses, so that there is no confusion between what an academic credit would be and what an employer skill-based understanding of what was learned is made available. Again, I'll just quickly go back over our library. It is comprised of 4 different sections. As Lena mentioned, we have those really robust baseline skills. We have health and safety, so that's our OSHA. Continuous improvement, that's lean manufacturing and Six Sigma, and then our technical skills. Baseline, broad range, non-technical topics, that these are really listed as essential to job performance. And with each one of those categories, there will be a number of courses that align with those. Safety, these are all OSHA, whether it's OSHA 10, OSHA 30, all of these are OSHA classes, are continuous improvement. We do have the ISO 9000 and Six Sigma and lean technology within those. Our technical courses are very deep and very broad. So we do have, like I said, numerous courses within each one of these. I wanted to end this by saying we are excited about this opportunity. Lena has been a great resource for us to understand how we could use it within the academic setting, reaching out to the community. We really feel like Joe Kitterman has kind of given us access to a hidden gem. These have been proven and vetted. Their biggest partner is the Boeing company, who helped them create a lot of this content, and they have for 9 years running been working with providing training into a company that makes the most complicated and your life is in your own hands when you get in one of those airplanes, and we figure if we can do that, we can provide really great training to most of our manufacturers. So if you have any questions, you can text those to me. If not, boy, we got done a little bit early, so you have 30 minutes back to yourself, and any questions, let Tim or I know, and we're happy to welcome you into the challenge. Thanks so much.